What's going on, guys? Eric from TheWiscoGuyz here, and in today's video we're going to go through and we're going to talk about the Ford Ranger. I've owned this vehicle for 2 years. I've put 18,000 miles on it, a little over, and I'm going to show you guys how it's doing, how everything is, what's going on with it, and everything like that. Showing you the vehicle dirty. I'm actually going to give it a wash here real quick so we can see everything. This is how this vehicle usually is this time of year. January, right now yesterday was negative 16. Today it's about 16 degrees. So I'm gonna give it a wash today since it's a little bit warmer than yesterday. And we can kind of go through and see what we're looking at. But yeah, definitely if you guys have been keeping up with the channel, you know that this is a 2019 Ford Ranger XLT Sport Package. 2.3 liter EcoBoost with a 10-speed automatic. We've done a few things to it over the last couple of years. LED headlights, bulbs, and running boards, mud flaps. We've done a multitude of stuff to this thing. And kind of just go through like the ownership of this vehicle and just kind of explain to you guys what I've come across in the last 2 years. So let's do a little video magic and get this thing washed. Alrighty, so we got her all washed up, looking good. So we kind of go through what is going on in the last 2 years with this truck. It's actually been really, really good. I can't complain too much about this truck. It pretty much does everything I need it to do, hauls what I need to, tows what I need to, and gets the gas mileage that I like. Which is anywhere between, right now it's not very good because it's really cold, but averaging between 17-ish, 16.5 right now with all the remote starting in the morning, to anywhere is up to like 29 miles of the gallon on the highway, just straight highway. But I have to do calculations and stuff too. This is just going by the computer on the dash. I know it's going to be a little bit different if you calculate it on your own. What we've done to the truck so far. So we've done running boards. We did a tonneau cover, which I didn't film that one. That one's pretty much self-explanatory. Just a soft roll-up one from Truxedo. Their truck sport, which is kind of their low-end line. I put that on immediately when I got the truck. So did that, did some mud flaps. Actually, a company called Medessa contacted me about these mud flaps. I put those on. They are pretty much a copy of the Ford factory mud flaps, which I did have Ford ones on. I still have them in a box somewhere over here, somewhere over there. So we did those, and those have been actually holding up really well. We had them on for almost a year now. We also did Ford Performance Blue tow hooks. Actually spent my Ford Pass points on that. So we got that as well. What else did we do to this truck? There's a lot of stuff we've done to this truck. Pretty much we did LED lights from Oxedo all the way around. You can catch those videos. I'll link a few of those as we go along. So we did a lot of those, link those. But pretty much every light on the exterior that isn't already LED is switched with Oxedo LED, from the cab lights to the license plate lights to pretty much all the lights in the front as well too, fog lamps, everything like that. Like I said, I'll link those videos here, and we'll do a separate video on how those are holding up too. So with that being said, we've done quite a few things to this thing over the course of 2 years. Now, I did mention in the video from last year, the year review at 10,000 miles, I did have an issue with the gas door housing, where this corner was pushed in too far and was hard to open the gas door itself. We actually had another Ranger in that they had to do a box sight on. So we compared that truck to my truck, and what ended up happening, we had a tab in there that was a little pushed in a little too far. We tapped that tab back, got a new housing in there, and that was good. That was the only warranty issue I've had so far with this truck. But yeah, everything is pretty much holding up really good on this truck. Yeah, everything's holding up really good on this truck. The only other thing is I'm pretty sure I should get seat covers. I'm probably gonna wear this seat out. Me being a bigger guy, I'm probably gonna invest in some seat covers down the road. So don't mind my interior. It's a little dirty right now. It's winter time, so. But yeah, this truck carries pretty much everything I need, people, gear, everything. So with the spec on this truck, like I said before, it's a 2019 Ford Ranger XLT 4-wheel drive, 2.3 liter EcoBoost 10-speed. I've already mentioned that. It's been a really good truck. Like I said, the gas mileage is great for a truck, and the pickup and go on this is really good too. It does really well, accelerating and everything like that. It did come with these Bridgestone tires, and this is the other thing. A lot of people have complained about these Bridgestones as they wear down. They're Bridgestone Dueler AT that are on there from the factory. My girlfriend says they're junk. They don't really work that well. And as they have worn down about, I would say probably a little about half tread maybe, they have become a little less grippy in the snow and stuff like that. But that's going to be one of the future plans. We'll talk about that in a little bit with this truck, what the future plans are. Hopefully, things change, but we'll see. So, but yeah, that's one complaint I've heard from my girlfriend, that these tires are not doing so well about halfway down, or worn halfway down, but they still got some tread. We're gonna run them for 2022, and then at the end of 2022 we'll probably put some nicer aggressive tires on it, and maybe upsize a little bit, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. Would I recommend someone to buy one now in 2022 as a 2022 model? If you can find one at MSRP right now, do it. I mean, right now, if you're paying over sticker, that's not good. Try not to pay over sticker for these trucks, because then you're kind of getting into F-150 territory, and those trucks can do a lot more than what the Ranger can. So just be leery of that. If you find one for at sticker or a little bit under sticker, you're doing good in this day and age. When I bought this truck, I bought it in 2019. They had huge rebates on them at the end of December in 2019. And there was an influx of people on the Facebook Ranger pages that joined, and they all said, hey, we jumped on the Ranger band or the Ranger train because they had so many rebates on them, and that's when I bought mine, was with those rebates. So it just made sense at that time. Nowadays, if you're paying more than sticker, it's not unusual, but try not to. And yeah, now the question is, would I buy another one in 2022? I've always like thought about that. Like, if there's one on the lot that comes in and it's a good deal, would I buy another one? And at this moment, right now, I don't think I would buy another Ranger. Now, not to say I wouldn't buy another vehicle, but a Ranger, I'd probably just keep this one, because they're very similar. The only thing really the only real difference is the sync system. I have the old sync, which actually a lot of people ask me, how the heck did you get your screen to go that color? If you look, just the old Sync 3, or 3.5 maybe, I don't know what they call it. But yeah, this is the old Sync 3. And I have it actually in blackout mode. And a lot of people actually ask me like, hey, how did you get that, your screen to do that? And if you have the newer sync system in these trucks, you can't do that. So just something that's kind of neat about this truck, that I like being an earlier Ranger, a 19 instead of a 20, 21, or 22. But yeah, everything's been holding up. I haven't seen any rust or anything. I've been kind of looking to see, and it's been pretty good. There's no rust on this truck, which I guess it's only 2 years old, so it shouldn't show any. It's been holding up pretty good. No corrosion on the aluminum parts. The hood, the fenders are aluminum, along with the tailgate. I haven't seen anything there either. What else? Brakes have been good. I do my own oil changes. I'll link in the corner here of the oil change video on this that I've done myself. Other than that, we did the tailgate strut here, and that's been holding up well. It was a DZ part, so that's been holding up great. You can see here, it's kind of dark, but yeah, that's been no weird noises. A lot of guys complain about weird noises like squeaking. I have noticed the cable has been getting a little pinched up, but these cables are pretty cheap, so if it ever decides to let loose, I mean, we still got that one there, but if it ever decides to let loose, I'll just buy a new one. They're pretty cheap, so yeah, otherwise everything's been working great. No check engine lights, no ABS lights, not a single light on the dash with this thing, so can't complain much more than that. It was like negative 18 the other day. Started right up, not a problem. No, just hit the remote start, and she fired right up. So I will say, when it is cold, it doesn't like to shift into the overdrive gears, 9th or 10th. Actually, when it was that cold, it never did shift into 10th gear, which I drive 6 miles to work every day, and in that 6 miles, it never went in 10th, which is fine, because it was cold, and trans fluid's got to be a certain temp to let it shift into that overdrive gear. So now, like I said before, would I buy another Ranger? Not right now. I'll put up on the screen here. This is the overseas version of the Ranger that just came out, and I like the look. A lot of people don't like the look, but I like the look. It's definitely a nice refresh from this. So now I would probably buy it, and there's only one reason I would buy it. If it does come with a 2.7 EcoBoost in the United States, I will probably buy it, just for the fact that they perform so well in the F-150s for towing, gas mileage, everything like that. I've seen those trucks come in with, the F-150s with like 25, 26 miles to the gallon on their computer, which is right around where this 2.3 EcoBoost is getting. So if that's the case, and they put a 2.7 in this in the updated version, then I will probably look at trading in and see what we can do there. So if it doesn't, if it just comes with a 2.3 EcoBoost, then something on like the interior wise has to wow me to do that. So, but we'll see what happens. I mean, the next gen Ranger looks pretty good in my opinion. A lot of people disagree, but especially if they come up with a Raptor version, that will be hard to not try to acquire. So, current plans for this Ranger, and there's a couple things I do want to do. I've been talking about them for a while. Is I would like to, this silver down here, I'd like to paint match that to the color of the bumper. While we're doing that, I think we'll try to get this painted as well too, this XLT part here. And we'll just match that with the magnetic there too. I just think it will look a lot better being color matched to the magnetic on the truck. So I think we're gonna do that. Next thing is definitely tires. A lot of the guys on the Facebook pages and the forums love the Falcon Wild Peaks, and that's a possibility, but I am like an old school muscle car, you know, 80s, 90s kid, you know, when you grow up with 80s and 90s stuff. So, and it doesn't look like they offer a white letter, raised white letter in that. So my options pretty much are like any Goodyear Wrangler and General Grabber ATX. I think that would be really good on this truck. We're not gonna go with anything too aggressive, like no mud terrain. I just wanna get like a nice all-terrain tire that, you know, goes through the snow and mud and everything like that with no problem. So yeah, tires, we wanna do them. And then the next biggest thing, the next thing would be seat covers. I want to get front seat covers for this, maybe back ones, just so I don't wear through that seat. Get this rolled up, this tonneau cover. I want to do a spray and bed liner in this truck. You know, since I've owned it, and it's got scratches and everything like that and going on in here. And I use it as a truck bed, and this truck bed works great, but I want to do a little bit more protection on it. We're always sliding things in and out in here, and I think with a spray and bed liner, that'll give us the protection we need, and we do it in-house here in the body shop. So if someone's always, you know, wants to look at one that we have done, I can just show them my truck and say, hey, this is what we can do. But here's the question: do I do the standard black, or do I go with like a blue in here and try to not color match it, but like a blue? Put it in the comments below. Let me know what you think, black or blue. I think I can get blue from our supplier. So just let me know. Let me know what you think. And I think a bed liner, even if it's black, it'll be good too, but I kind of want to try a color just to see. So we haven't done too many of that, you know, colored bed liners, so I want to try blue and see how it looks. So that's pretty much it for what we want to do and how it's been. Like I said, it's been great. It's got 18,000. What we got? 18,287 miles. Like I said, I've had it a little over 2 years now. Bought it December of 2019, and now it's January 2022. So, yeah, it's been a really good truck. Now, I did have my dad drive this truck. When I put some tires on his, I brought his truck in to get some tires put on. And he told me this truck actually rides worse than his Ram pickup. He's got a 2019 Ram 1500 Classic. He says this thing rides a little bouncy compared to his big Ram. So I've heard people complain about the ride in these, and I just don't feel it. I just, you know, it drives like a car, and it rides similar to a car. I mean, it's a little bouncy, but it's not bad. I've put probably about 600 to 800 pounds in the back and have driven about 70 miles, and it does get a little bouncy with some weight in the back. I mean, you could feel it kind of doing the little rear bounce, but nothing that the truck couldn't handle. It's just kind of I mean, the streets in Wisconsin, the highways aren't the best, so it handled it. You could feel it back there when towing. You know, I had a decent sized trailer on it, the other day, and you could feel it back there. I mean, it didn't hinder acceleration or anything, but you know, when people say, "Oh, I hooked up a trailer, didn't even feel it," no, you hook up a trailer to this thing. I think it was like had to have been at least an 18-foot trailer. Had to haul something with it. I had to haul a snowblower. Yeah, it was kind of overkill, but you could feel it. I mean, I don't know. You put a trailer in anything, I think you can feel it, but it did it just fine. So didn't really even put it in tow mode, and it did fine. So people will probably say, "Oh, you're biased because you work for a Ford dealer." No, I drove a Toyota Tacoma and a a GMC Canyon before I bought this truck, and they came through the dealership. The Tacomas actually had less than 10,000 miles on them. The Canyon, I think, was closer to 40,000, if I'm not mistaken. And this truck just performed better, felt better. The brakes were better in this, which is surprising because a lot of people complain about the brakes, but they're good. They kind of have a little squish to them and then engage, which is kind of old truck vibes, because my old Chevy used to do that. It's like, you know, you give it some pressure, and all of a sudden nothing, and then it kind of eases in. And that's how this truck is, which is fine. They still work, so it's not like I'm gonna like run in the back of a car. I mean, they will stop you. It's just it has a little give, kind of like an older truck. But yeah, I've driven the competitors, and this truck by far is much better than Tacomas and the Chevy Colorados and Canyons. That's just my opinion. Everybody's got their opinion, but I would definitely recommend this Ranger to anybody. Like I said, you can give the keys to your wife or girlfriend, and it drives like a car, and it's not a hard truck to handle. So definitely stay up on the videos. We'll be doing a couple more things of this year, and stay up with those. We'll probably be doing a lot more not car shows, but we'll be doing a couple car shows this year. And then we'll probably be doing a little bit with the Grand Marquis. We'll see how things go with that one. You know, just quick, simple fixes like maintenance stuff on that that don't cost much money or anything like that. So I'd like to thank you guys for subscribing to the channel. Definitely subscribe if you haven't already. We're at that 1,400 subscriber mark, and the channel hit 1,000 in late July last year, and it's been going really well. You guys have been watching the videos. People unsubscribed people have been watching too, which is helping. And but definitely subscribe if you haven't already. But yeah, if you want to see anything more with this truck, let me know in the comments below too, and then we'll see what we can do with that. So, but I'd like to thank you guys for watching. Definitely give this video a like if you like the video. Keep up with the videos, hit that bell, and you guys have a good day or night or whenever you're watching. Thanks guys, bye.